You already know what time it is. Hey, let's go. What up, Doug? It's your anthem, homie. Let's do it. What up, Doug? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. This let go. What up, Doug? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's go. 7 points on the board. Touchdown. You can never ignore. Let's go. When we into the end zone, take a look at the score. Bryce Young out here throwing dots. O-line out here holding blocks. We too real, no Photoshop. Just a few things that Doug talk about. What up, Doug? When they see it in public, they showing them love. Uncle Quan, what's up? Panther Nation, it is time to go up. Really in the field capturing, acknowledging players who talented. Doug is bringing the analysis. The defensive beats when they tackle it. The front seven rush got them panicking. The pressure's too much, they can't handle it. You coming to Bank of America Stadium, this is where it get challenging. You hear this song, it's time to tune in and turn it up. You gotta turn it up. If you listen and say it what time with me is, we all repeat and we scream. What up, Doug? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. This let go. What up, Doug? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's go. Shout out to my man, what's up, Doug? Make sure y'all tune in and tap into his journey and everything that he's doing. Carolina forever, Panther Nation. It's go time, let's go. What up, Doug? Bow, bow. What up, Doug? Bow, bow. Let go.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's your man C Dougie here with What's Up, Doug, man. This is our second episode of 3 Up and Down. Got my co-host, Uncle Quan, my brother with me, but we got a special guest, FPFO in the building, man. What a time to be alive, man. Like I said, Sunday, yes, the game is over with. We will start transitioning over to the New England Patriots, but we're going to do a recap because this game has to be talked about. The enthusiasm in Charlotte was through the air. Still, I'm kind of on a high a little bit, but I'm transitioning over to New England with week 4. But let me go ahead and bring up my co-host, my brother, my partner in crime, Uncle Quan. Go ahead and tell the people what's up, fam.
Hey, what up, Doug? What up? I love that shit, man. What's going on, everybody, man? How's everybody doing on this beautiful Tuesday? Look, like Doug said, bro, I'm still on the high, man. I'm still on the high from this past Sunday. This victory was much needed, man, and it was a slap down on the opponents that I do not like the most. This was much needed, man. I'm still on the high. I'm ready for New England at this point, man. Bring it on. I want Buffalo at this point, man. But let's focus on New England. We got a special guest tonight, man. Like Doug said, y'all make sure y'all pull up. Make sure y'all hit that like button on your way in. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. You don't want to miss this content, man. Let's go ahead and get to it, man.
Yes, sir. So I have their merch on. Hopefully they'll shout it out. I know one person got a white one on, but shout out to the Carolina Reaper, creators that I'll come up with. Let me go ahead and bring up Terrence, and let me go ahead and bring up, I say he be on Demon Time all the time. They already know who it is, man. Go ahead and tell the people what's up, man.
What up, what up, what up, what up?
What's happening?
Hey, so hold on. Hey, Terry, I'm going to put JJ on Front Street. So now you see that intro, like I said, you be skipping that 10 seconds. Talking about 10.
Yeah, nah, you're right. I got to start watching that. That made me feel different. That made me feel different for sure.
That video was hard, for real.
Hey, we're going to edit it. Yeah, we're gonna edit it, Terrence. Like I said, week 6, we're gonna update it with new highlights. I know a couple players have not performed, and a couple people are not on this team right now. But man, gentlemen, how are y'all feeling tonight, man? I'm gonna go ahead and pull some comments up. Y'all go ahead and go round robin. Tell me how you guys feeling tonight, man, and then we're gonna go ahead and go.
I feel good. It always feels better when you coming off a win. The week feels much better. Work feels much better. Can't nobody really tell you nothing. So I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great going into the week. Like you said, ready for New England. I'm a little down off my high right now, but as far as the win goes, but I'm happy. Finally happy to see us get one in the win column.
Yes, sir.
Man, what's happening, bro? I'm chilling. Hey, Doug, I'm not even going to tweet today. I'm not even going to tweet today because we don't let Dylan pack a couple of them Falcons fans up on X. They were doing all that chatting online. Then we get folks going private, blocking. Shit hit different, man. But hey, I feel great. I'm feeling like the Panthers will be 5-2 heading into week 8. But I guess, like I say, I won't get too far ahead of myself. Happy to be here. Appreciate you bringing us on.
Oh yeah, look, let me go ahead and I'm pulling the comments up. Let me go ahead and show this picture. So I was already tired, and then me and Quan and Mama Dukes, Quan's mom was walking out, and I was like, "There go JJ," and JJ was pumped. What you say, JJ? When you saw? Because I know JJ was lit. I think JJ was still talking junk.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't even know what I said, bro. I don't even know what I said. Luckily, Mom Dukes was there, because if she weren't there, it would have been 10 times worse. It would have been 10 times worse. And I couldn't find a Falcon fan at the end of the game because they had already left.
They left. They
couldn't find one.
They definitely left. But man, like I said, being at that game. From Quan, did you speak, Quan? Because I don't want to go before unless you spoke already. You spoke already?
I mean, look, I'm just like the rest of y'all guys, man. I'm feeling good, man. And ironically, y'all was on the last episode, man. Y'all saw how I was feeling coming into this week. I had a very low confidence, man. I was just like, I don't know with this team. I don't know. But it was literally like 2 days before the game. I got on Twitter and I started to see the back and forth between us and the Falcons fans. And I'm like, you know what?
Right.
You know what, bro? What, for what? Why do I have low confidence in this game, man? So turned completely around, man. I mean, like bro said, they've been dodging smoke all week. Or not, well, so far this week, man. They've been dodging smoke. They done blocked a bunch of us off of Twitter. They done hid. They post. It's been crazy, man. Just as bad as Doug ran off this dude in the stadium. That's how I've been on Twitter, man. Been running them out of Twitter. They've been blocking me. They've been dodging smoke. It's a good feeling, man, especially against a rival team, man.
Hey, all right, hold on.
I feel good.
Hey, JJ, don't you say nothing. Quan said, I made a pop, bro. I was on demon time, bro. I don't know what happened.
Nah, for real.
Like, I don't know what happened. Like, first, hold on. If you are new to the channel, because this is exciting, like I said, Terrence and JJ are fam. I talked to them behind the scenes. Like, so this is like we don't gotta do a real long intro. But shout out to my brother Uncle Quan. Like I said, that experience, if you guys did not check out our pregame experience, it's a reason why we push memberships over here at What's Up, Doug. It's only 99 cents, people. Uncle Quan and myself were able to be on the field, be able to actually be face-to-face with Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, the head coach, all that. Again, our next opportunity would not be the Miami Dolphins. It will be, is that the Cowboys that we play Nets at home?
Yes.
Now we play
No, but I'm saying already. I'm already giving that to somebody. They already.
Okay, yeah.
It's Miami, then Dallas.
Then Dallas.
Okay, so if you want that experience to be on the field, be able to walk through the tunnel, walk through the same tunnel that the players walk through, and you walk on the field, definitely grab you that membership. I will drop the link in the chat. But reason why I say that, the game, like my juices started flowing. We were on the field, and it was like one of the reserve offensive linemen walked by us. And I thought he was talking junk. I said, Quan, what did he just say?
What did he say?
He said, excuse me. I was like, bro, I was about to, I ain't that big, bro. I was like, bro, I was on demon, bro. I was on demon time.
Yeah.
So during the
that's how I make you feel.
Bro, being on that field, and then whenever they did that intro, and then when you saw Damian Lewis and DB walking out with Bryce in the middle. I was like, bruh. Like, I'm about to turn up. I said, hey, I got to bring it down. So fast forward, we got to our seats, and we missed the field goal attempt. So we got right there when we got the ball. And the first person I saw was a Falcon fan in the Falcon jacket, Falcon pants
Whole suit.
And I locked in, JJ. When it looked here, I locked in. So then I think Bryce scored that rushing touchdown, and I was like, LFG. I was going off. And then after he turned around, I was like, yeah, I'm on your ass all night. And bro, like I said,
And he
like,
sure was all game.
The environment in that stadium, I have not felt in a very long time. And I just became a PSL owner just last year, but going to games, I really started going to more games, 2019, 2020? Like, I've been going to more frequent, and just being there, I don't even think it was a complete sellout, but it was so loud in that stadium. People don't understand how loud it was there. And just the Falcons fans talking they smack. Quan was showing me stuff on Twitter to beat them 30-0. I didn't see that coming. And like I said, I'm gonna pull the thumbnail up because
Bill.
A switch was flipped that day. We ain't talking about week 4. We're not talking about week 1. We're not talking about week 2. A switch was flipped for just one game. And that's the mindset that you have to have. You have to go 1-0 in every game. So for me, that was my initial reaction, walking off, tired, had to fly back, told Quan, I'm like, bruh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I was so fatigued because it felt like it took everything out just to celebrate, see it, be engaged, and be that 12th man. Like I said, they have a 12th man, and that name is taken from the Seattle Seahawks. But there's a 12th man in Carolina on Sunday.
Nah, for real. I can attest to that for sure. The energy was up. And as it seemed like we kept getting more and more control, and I was all over. Because I ended up going to the 500 section. I started off in my section, 233, moving around. I said, could feel it. Felt something different. Sense of urgency. That's what happens.
Facts. So, and then shout out to Panthers Theory Elaine with our first super sticker, man.
Big Elaine, what's good, brother?
With the super sticker right there, man. So we're not gonna shout out our sponsors. We'll do it mid-show. So are you guys ready to go ahead and get into the deck? Terrence, hopefully JJ passed you the slides. If you guys see anything that we don't talk about, we can go ahead. But again, this is our second episode of Quan's in our segment called 3 Up, 3 Down. We're going to recap the game. We're talking about 3 players that are trending up or that were essential to this win. Then we'll talk about 3 players that possibly moving forward are not trending in the right direction. And then we'll do a quick recap or preview for the New England Patriots before we head out here tonight. So let me go ahead and pull that slide up. Anybody got anything before we pull the first slide up?
Hey, let's get it.
All right. So week 3, Atlanta Falcons reaction. 3 key things that stood out to me for the game. Again, this show is called 3 Up, 3 Down. So our first one is defense beat down. 0 for 4 on 4th down. They went for it multiple times when they did not get one conversion, 3 turnovers, and held Bijan Robinson under 100 yards, which I think was very key because based off of what he did in Minnesota Monday night, we had an up and down game with Jacksonville. We gave over 200 yards. So we really didn't know what we were going to bring in. So I'm going to stop right there and then ask the panel what they feel about that first point of a defensive beatdown. Terrence, let's go with you first. Go ahead and start off, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. Like you said, I wasn't expecting this going into the game, and I think my view kind of got overshadowed by the offense not producing, so it was hard to kind of see where the defense stood like throughout the first 2 games of the season. But, I mean, when you can turn a team over 3 times and don't turn the ball over at all, more times than not, that's going to lead to a win. So to be able to see them put pressure on Michael Penix early And then once you neutralize the run early, Bijan was really only causing havoc in the pass game, which, like, he is a receiving back, but we didn't allow that to kill us either. So, I mean, yeah, when you get off the field on third down, you force Michael Penix into throwing picks, which I don't think he's a good quarterback anyway. But when you speed a sorry quarterback up and force him into throwing turnovers or turning the ball over, that's the kind of performance you get. So I was extremely happy with what the defense did Sunday.
Real quick before we go, Quan. Shout out to Derek B for that $10 super sticker. I appreciate you dropping by and dropping that $10 super sticker tonight, man. To go to Terrence's point, I'm gonna just read a couple of stats as well.
You forgot the hot plate, man. Hot plate.
Oh, that's for the memberships.
You're right.
That's for the membership. But
my fault.
You want to hear a beat, so we're gonna put the beat behind it while we talk. So you already told you I got some beats for us now.
Bet.
But for Bijan Robinson, he did 13 carries, 72 yards, longest was 17 yards. And I thought the one that he got out on 17, I was like, if he went to go score, it could have impacted the game, but we did tackle him. And then Terrence had another good point. He went for 5 receptions, 39 yards. So, all right, go ahead, Quan.
Right. Strap. Shout out to brother Elaine in the chat, man. He said defense looked like it was 2015, man. And I gotta say, I was out there at that game 10 years ago when we played the Falcons, and we shut them out too, 38-0. That was a beautiful feeling as a Panthers fan to watch and be a part of, man. But the defense, I feel like the key to this game was shutting down their focal point of that offense. Bijan Robinson, he was not able to find a lane. He was hesitating a lot. I mean, they did a hell of a job shutting him down, forcing Penix to have to throw. And that was the recipe for us winning. Penix, I'm not going to hold you. I thought Penix was somewhat of a solid quarterback. A young quarterback going through his growing pains. But he looked like a very below average quarterback when he played against us, man. I mean, he looked very uncomfortable in that pocket, looked unsettled. I mean, he was making bad decisions, bad throws. And I mean, the defense just played their ass off. They played with pride. And I mean, they dominated from the start to finish. Even when the backup came in, they still dominated and kept them at 0 points, man. But overall, I'm proud of this defense because I had my doubts with this defense. I didn't believe in this linebacker core. I didn't believe in us as a defensive unit, man. And I mean, they came to play. They shut me up, and they got me believing in our defense in a whole different way, seeing them in a whole different light now.
And then JJ, before you go, shout out to BJ. I know he hit me on the back end. He is a part 3 Feet and Rising. That's with Elaine and Quantum. He definitely hooked me up with the beats, man. I definitely got to give him a shout out. Like I said, y'all hear that beat behind it. I don't want to be too hard or too loud, but definitely appreciate BJ for putting the plug in for me to get a couple beats for you guys tonight, man. Go ahead, JJ.
Yeah, I mean, everything that Terrence and Quan said, for real. The first thing I will say is, Quan, I would say that you were a tad bit misguided with the Michael Penix thing. I was always confused. Me personally, I was always confused on why Atlanta was gassed up behind them. 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, something like that, right? And the 3 or 4 starts that he had last year. It, to me, is what it is. If they're happy, if they like it, I love it. Bryce Young, that is, that's their son. Or excuse me, Bryce Young, Michael Penix is Bryce Young's son. Let me fix that first and foremost. Secondly, when we speak about Michael Penix, one of the biggest things that stood out to me personally, it seemed like the game changed and his mentality changed. I believe it was the first quarter, maybe it was the first or second drive, the blitz from Trayvon Merring, when he got tagged right in them ribs.
Yes, sir.
After that, yeah, bro started seeing ghosts. We start throwing passes when we don't know who's where. Yeah, it changed a lot. It changed a lot for sure. So huge production from the defense. I have been saying on FPFO that our defense, in my opinion, the first 2 games kept us in both of those ball games. Like, everybody wanted to talk about the career day for Bryce in Arizona, whatever the case may be, right? But had the defense not produced the way they did in the second half, we're not even in that position. We don't even have a shot to mess up the 2-minute offense in the fourth quarter, right? We don't have the opportunity to get the onside kick, whatever the case may be. But so far, I've been very impressed by the defense. Outside of a couple of runs, a couple of breakdowns, when you look at the Kyler Murray rush against Arizona, you look at the ETN 70-plus yard rush week 1. Outside of those, for me personally, I've seen strides from this defense. And it it's kind of funny and ironic on how productive you can be when you do the simple things like tackling. Something that you do when you just wrap up what grown men should be able to do and not arm tackling. So yeah, I'm excited. I've been telling Terrence that Mike Jackson ain't nothing to play with neither.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, most definitely. And I will say this too, as it pertains to the young guys, very, very impressed with what I'm seeing from Nick Scorton so far. Love what I'm seeing from Princely. And things get to changing. Listen, we didn't have one sack. We didn't have one sack on Sunday, but things change when you start to speed up a quarterback's process. The mechanics start to break down a little bit. The ball has to come out a little bit faster. And even with us having 0 sacks, you could tell that pressure started ramping up a little bit. And I will say Nick Scorton, very, very impressed by him so far.
All right, real quick, before I go, shout out to Clay Rapstar Gang. The Rapstar Gang is in the building. He already went ahead and grabbed that membership, so I already know what song Quan want to hear. So definitely appreciate you grabbing that, man.
Duh, with the hot plate. Duh, cooking up. Duh, cooking up. What's up? Duh, with the hot plate.
So like I said, every time we get a new membership
here, can I ask you a question, bro? Where the hell you get all this personalized music, bro? I need to hear my name on the track or two. Golly, I like the way y'all do shit over here, bro.
Hey, you got my number. You know I'm gonna hit you up on the back end. Fam. Oh, but nah, Clay, I definitely appreciate you grabbing that membership again. Throughout the show, I will drop that link in the chat. Again, it's only 99 cents. If you do want to go ahead and grab one, go ahead. We're not changing the price. You saw the perks from Uncle Quan and myself. There is more to come in the future. Trust me. JJ made a point, and I thought he was going to say the number because I got notes in here. I don't know if y'all can see the notes section on y'all end where I got a little stats here and this and there. But we did not get a sack, but we had 13 pressures. And I was going to allude to what JJ said right there. The way Michael Penix played, his clock was accelerated quicker than what he wanted it to be. He's already a left-handed quarterback. I'm not going to say he doesn't have great mechanics. He has basic mechanics. Being left-handed, sometimes you're going to overthrow. You have a weird throwing motion, et cetera, et cetera. But whenever we stopped them, when Trayvon Merritt came in for that blitz, I was like, okay. Like, I felt a different pressure and I felt a different attitude on the defense because us being Panther fans, being real, we have given up critical downs when we could flip the field and repeated over and over. Like I said, they went 0 for 4 on 4th down. They went for it multiple times right over the 40 or right over the 50, and we stopped them every single time. Some were arid passes, some were even underthrown. And again, it was just great blitz designed by Ejiro Evero. So for me, that one point right there where it says, go back to the slide, the defense beat down, again, 0 for 4 on 4th down, 3 touchdowns, and held Bijan Robinson under 100 yards. That is a great recipe to stop the Atlanta Falcons defense because, offense. That offense is led by Bijan Robinson running. It's not led by Michael Penix airing it out. So number 2 is flipping the field.
Can I add something real quick, though?
Go ahead. Let me Cam. Go ahead.
Nah, you're good. Not just Bijan, though, because a lot of people forget about Tyler Algier. And I think he had, 1 carry for a yard?
I got the stats. So I got my iPad right here. So what was that? He had 1 carry for 4 yards, and then he had 1 reception for 0 yards.
Yeah, that's a big thing because they got a double-headed monster out there too. Like, people like talking about Gibbs and Montgomery, whatever the case may be. Algier slept on, in my opinion. So it wasn't just Bijan. We held him in check too. And the fact that he only got 1 carry, love that.
Yes, sir. So
I seen that comment.
I'll put it back up. You talking about that you sound like Dave.
Yeah. You would be saying
I feel like you get that a lot.
Bro, I had somebody come on the channel, bro, like probably 2-3 months ago and was like, Dave was tripping with this and that. I was like, bro, who is Dave? Like, why does he keep calling me Dave?
Dave from
And then I was like, oh,
PNP.
he was like Dave from PNP. I was like, okay, God. Nah,
Hey, then
shout out
shout
to
out to
brother.
Carolina's Armchair GM being in the building. CJ in here again. If we got other Panther content creators you are watching, we'd definitely love to shout you out over here. What's up, Dub? We definitely love. I ain't even gonna read it. Like I said, he getting back at me because I made a comment on X whenever he was up there freestyle like he want to be Young Jeezy. So hey, like I said, I definitely understand where he's coming from with that. So my next point is flipping the field. Special teams and Coach Tracy Smith were in their bag on Sunday. One thing that I love is every time we had a kickoff, they had trouble picking up the ball every single time. It was not one time where there was a clean return. And then I remember the punt, Quan actually got it on his vlog. And again, I did drop his channel link and FPFO's link in the description. Quan actually got it when Billy Bowman actually hit the returner, Darnell Mooney, and took him out himself. So again, our special teams was like on one. And one thing I was worried going into the offseason was our special teams look atrocious during preseason. I was like, what is going on? Like, other than the Travis Etienne fumble, special teams was great. And again, he's a rookie. I don't excuse that now. That's game 3. You already had 3 other games in the preseason. That's 6 games for you in the league now. You can't do that because that could have been a horrible game. It was
and that's on the coaching.
Yes.
Dog, that's on the coaching, bro. Because he's been struggling since the preseason.
Facts.
Like even in preseason, he wasn't receiving cleanly, bro. Like it just looked nasty every single time he was back there. So that's really on coaching for even putting him in that situation.
Go ahead. It's on you to start. So you can go. You can continue.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, as far as that's concerned, like Trevor Etienne, unfortunately, I think that he's going to be a good back. I don't think he'll be anything tremendous, spectacular, anything like that. But I will say I don't want to see him returning punts at all, ever, transparently, because I've seen 5 or 6 games in which you've shown the inability to do it cleanly, and I can't be holding my breath every time my defense does their job. We force a punt, and I don't know if you're going to receive the ball properly or not. So I don't need to see him back. I don't know if it needs to be David Moore, if we want to bring Jimmy up. I don't know what the solution is, but I know that that's the problem that needs to be eliminated in that front. Outside of that, our content manager Dylan actually pointed out how special our kick coverage had been after the Arizona game. Because for me personally, like I'm just more so in the game, right? And I'm just when I'm looking at film or whatever the case may be, I'm looking on offense, defense more so than anything else, just in full transparency. But once he pointed that out to me, I went back, watched the all 22 kick coverage for the Arizona game. And then when I was at the game Sunday, I made it a point to actually focus on that part of the game, that aspect of the game, bro. It looks special, dog. And I actually saw a breakdown, I think this was back in August, on how our kickers are being coached to kick the football with a certain spin every time.
Yes.
So that the ball kicks off the turf a certain way. Whatever they're doing, I haven't seen any other team execute it as well as we've executed it thus far. And that helps significantly, bro. Because as soon as these guys bobble it, do whatever they do, give us a split second, our coverage is sliding. It's something special to watch. No cap. Like you said, shout out to Tracy for sure.
Hey, and real quick, Diggy want me to shout it out. So the hot plate song come from Nakari. So if you follow Nakari on X, JJ, that's one of the people that you can get in contact with that can make you a song right there, man.
Okay,
all right, go ahead, Quan.
Hey, man, look, one thing that I had to shout out for Sunday, man, and that quickly became what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, man, the special teams, they really stood out to me the most, man. That's something you see the elite teams do really well. That's why they win. You know what I mean? A lot of people sleep on the special teams. What we saw from this team was a dominant special teams performance, minus the fumble. And that's not really something I'm used to seeing with this team, man. It was a breath of fresh air, man. Like you said, like JJ said, man, the way they was putting the spin on the ball, they had these guys out here confused. I mean, the bounce on the ball, they had trouble fielding it. They had trouble scooping it. They were panicky. And I think that was really the key to keeping their offense just in tough situations. They were constantly within the 10-yard line, within the 15. I mean, it was it was beautiful special teams all around, man. I mean, and like JJ said, our coverage guys were sliding, man. It was literally flying 100 miles down the field as soon as that ball was kicked. So you didn't really have a lot of time to sit there and bobble with the ball. You had to make a quick decision, man. So that's, yeah, I mean, overall, bro, the special teams really did that thing. I mean, it was something I wasn't used to seeing, and it was a breath of fresh air, man. I think they were a huge part of our success for this game.
Can I ask something else real quick, though?
Hold on. I got to do this before I do not get in trouble. Shout out to the fiance. She in the chat. Look, I had to do that, JJ. No. I got to take care of home. She at work. She listening. What's going on, baby? I appreciate
What's going on, T?
Yeah, hey, shout out to the missus. Shout out to the missus. Go ahead, JJ.
Shout out to you, Mrs. Yeah, I'm glad you did that. Don't let me get you in trouble, bro. Shut me up quick. But I was just gonna add one of the things that we talked about on FPFO too, like over the preseason, whatever the case may be, just to add more context to everything else. For me personally, when we talk about the preseason, I was very, very, very confused on why our special teams looked the way they did.
Facts.
With such a like point of emphasis from the coaching staff. Because that's all they talk about when they talk about the young guys or bubble guys is can they do X, Y, Z for us on special teams? And during the preseason, I just didn't see it. Not anymore, though. Not anymore. I just wanted to add that just very quickly.
No, you good. Hey, Terrence, before you go, shout out to Low from the pregame show in the building, man. Definitely appreciate you pulling up. Hopefully you enjoying the show, fam. All right, go ahead, Terrence.
Yeah, I mean, to echo everything Quan said, like when you're playing with a sense of urgency and a different level of energy, it trickles down to every part of the team. And I think special teams really picked that up. I think we seen a stat, and this was like after the Jacksonville game or maybe after the Arizona game, like on kick return, we allow like the least amount of yards in the league when it comes to, kickoff. So that special teams seems so small, but it plays such a vital part in the game because like Quan said, like you don't give them a chance to start with good field position. Like if they're constantly starting inside of their 10, inside of their 20, that's going to give your defense more opportunities to pin their ears back and just go. And so I really love that from the special teams. And I know JJ said it was on coaching that Trevor Etienne was like back there fumbling the ball and stuff like that. But I got to shout out the coaching staff because as soon as they seen that mud punt, took them out. David Moore, get in there because we can't have those kind of mistakes when we want to be a winning football team. And so they didn't allow that situation to continue to put us in bad situations. They immediately got him out of there. So I respect the coaching staff for that. But yeah, the special teams, they look elite. They look elite, and it's such a small part. But when you can get that together, then it shapes the way for the whole game, whether that's offense or defense. So special teams is definitely out there sliding, for sure.
Yes, sir. And then shout out to Twandon versus everybody. That's the 704 Charlotte Balance Show in the building as well. We got another Panther content creator. Again, all these Panther content creators, we all have different perspectives, different narratives, different analytics, but we all love the Panthers. So definitely go and show everybody some love if they are in the chat. Go ahead and click their link. And go ahead and tell them that What's Up Doug sent you.
Hey, real quick, can I plug this in there, man?
Go ahead, go ahead.
This is bias aside. Maybe it is a little bit of bias, but I truthfully do think the Carolina Panthers have the best content creators in the entire NFL. We have the best community of content creators out there. I mean, the type of content that you get all type of different content. I mean, you get great analytics, you get boots on the ground, you get the experience. I mean, you get people that share their raw opinion. I mean, it's all over the place. It's literally got something for everybody. There's a different style for everybody, man. So make sure y'all check out these content creators, man. We literally have the best content creators in the league right now, man.
And just to add to that, like it gets overshadowed because we're such a small market team.
Right.
But when you look at like the other content creators from the big teams, like they like really try to divide and conquer. But all the time you see all the Panthers content creators getting together, making content and giving different perspectives and stuff like that. But yeah, it gets overshadowed because it's a small team, but everybody is doing their thing in the space.
Facts, Darren. Hey, shout out to Panther Boy for that super sticker. My bad. It was down in the chat. He said, I'm having fun listening, locked in. Appreciate y'all. Definitely appreciate you for go ahead and dropping that super sticker as well, man. Jimmy needs to be the returner. I do like that. We're going to talk about that going forward because I know Terrence going to say something to me and JJ. He already be on me at FPFO, so we're going to talk about it, but I ain't going to let him get it off yet. I ain't going to let him get him off yet. And then this is the one I want to talk about too. Mario Armani. I mess names up unless I hear it first, but I definitely appreciate you with that super sticker as well. He said Fitzgerald is going to be a better kicker than Eddie, and he is one of our 3 up. So I definitely appreciate you. Go ahead and let in the chat know how you feel about our golden foot kicker, man. It has the longest second longest field goal in Panther history, man. So
Eddie kicked a walk off this weekend, but I mean,
Terrence, you about to be on mute, bro. Terrence, come on, man.
I'm just saying we be beefing about that on FPFO because I mean apparently I was some kind of Eddie Pinheiro truther, but it just wasn't the case. I was just literally naming out stats, and I got hated on for that as well.
Hey, my brother, okay, because me and him both was hurting on Monday, bro. He heard I was up. He was like, Doug, I can't talk. I said, hey, I'm going to get you right. So we're going to go to Stubbers, get that medicine ball. My boy going to be back to 100%. So, hey, trust me, it was worth losing your voice because when I said we gave them Falcon fans hell, we gave them all types of hell all night, man. I mean, all day. So, and then John wrote a comment, no Coker news. I think Coker can't come back to week 5, but we won't have an update till possibly tomorrow because I think the coordinators and coaches have their pressers tomorrow. So, all right, let me go to the last point, and then we go to our 3 up. And our last point on the recap was O-line strength. Only allowed 1 sack with Cade Mays and Chandler Zavala coming in starting against the disruptive Falcons defense. I know my Uncle Red in the chat, and this is the only shot I'm going to take at him tonight. This man was so happy about, we got the number 2 defense. This is the net. We're going to be disruptive. We sat the Minnesota Vikings for 6 sacks. We didn't have our all-pro guard in there. The man that should have been the center from the jump, Cade Mays, shut itch down. No bad snaps. Call blitzes out left and right. And I think a lot of people didn't like how we had Chandler Zavala and how he's looked. Chandler Zavala was an anchor. Didn't really have any bad snaps. I know I need to look back at the All-22, but for me to have Chandler Zavala and Cade Mays come in and do what they did at home, it needs to be done on the road, and we'll talk about that. But a lot of question marks coming out with Austin Corbett and Robert Hunt being out. To only give up 1 sack where I think Bryce could have threw the ball away, that is a phenomenal job from that offensive unit. And another 2 people that I think don't get enough credit, people were saying Taylor Moton is old and all this and that. Taylor Moton, Icky Ekwonu have been doing great things for the offensive line. I think Icky is going to get that contract. And Quan, I'm not looking at you because I know how you felt on Icky, but Icky has definitely shut you up, and he's definitely balling. So, Terrence, it's on you. We're going to flip it.
Yeah, I mean, that's big coming from the offensive line, especially when you got guys out like Robert Hunt and, dare I say his name, Austin Corbett, which he shouldn't have been starting anyway. But I mean, when you have offensive linemen that you can plug and play, and they even look better than it was before, that's saying a lot coming from the way this front office and coaching staff has been able to string together offensive linemen. Because the Panthers a couple years ago, that offensive line was atrocious, and so we spent a lot of money on our offensive line, and they look a lot better. Like you said, no high snaps, no low snaps from Cade Mays. So that was big. Whenever Bryce isn't getting sacked and he has a clean pocket, he's able to manage the game a lot better. And so I think the offensive line did a hell of a job Sunday, and being able to allow, us to be able to move the ball down the field. So shout out to them for sure.
And then real quick, we got another Eternal said, we in here, Bryce, bring me Drake May's head. I appreciate that super chat right there. And let me go ahead and pause our background music because we just gifted 10 memberships from Mr. Honky Dory. So I definitely appreciate you giving those memberships. So go ahead and have your hot plate ready.
Hot plate, cooking up, cooking up. What's up? Doe with the hot plate. What's up? Doe with the hot plate. What you cooking up?
So if you got one of those memberships, definitely hashtag thank you to Mr. Honky Dory. Again, I am going to drop the link to the membership. If you want to get it on your own. Again, it's only 99 cents. And again, it is worth every penny that you're paying for 99 cents each month. So go ahead, Quan. Unless, Terrence, you weren't done yet.
Nah, you got it. That was all I had.
All right, go ahead, Quan.
All right, what we on? We on
We're on the offensive line.
Offensive line, online. Online did good, man. Icky still ain't safe in my book. I don't care what y'all talking about. Icky still ain't safe, man. I'm still looking at her. He doing all right. I guess he doing all right. But overall, man, all jokes aside, man, the offensive line did a hell of a job. I was really skeptical about Zavala for a little bit, man. I mean, everybody held their own in that offensive line, especially going against the number 2 defense. And you know what I'm saying? They had a hell of a pass rush coming into this game. I mean, Bryce only got touched once. I mean, they were just a non-factor in this game. I mean, offensive line did their thing, man. And I mean, we were actually able to establish a little bit of a ground game. We actually utilized our running backs this game. And I mean, they held it down, bro. For the most part, they held it down. And I mean, they kept Bryce clean for the most part as well, man. So shout out to their O-line, man. Everybody did a good job, and everybody just seemed to be in unison when they were on the field, man. They played with fire. And you always talk about next guy up. That's what we saw this past Sunday, man. I mean, without Robert Hunt, our number 1 guard being in there, they held it down, man. So overall, great performance by that offensive line, man.
Hey,
I don't ever want to see Austin Corbett again.
Facts.
Facts.
But me and Quan talked about that in our first episode of 3 Up and Down. We said that, you know, we were ready for Cade Mays. Unfortunately, Austin Corbett got hurt. We don't wish an injury on anybody, but we both wanted Cade Mays to be the starter. But real quick before you go, JJ, shout out to Unc 2020 being in the chat, man. Yes. Unc was to the right of Quan and I heard him in the back whenever I was terrorizing that Falcon fan. He was like, see, Dougie, get on his ass. I mean, bro, like I said, y'all just had to be there. Like, if you want to enjoy a game environment, I know Unc does this. Y'all just got to see us at the game because y'all thought Quan was bad. I think I surprised Quan on Sunday. He was like, bro, Doug really turned, bro. Like, but Unc,
y'all think I'm bad. It's Doug, man. Doug is bad, bro.
Hey, Unc, I appreciate you showing up. And again, man, shout out to all the Panther content creators that are watching us tonight, man. Big love to y'all. I definitely appreciate y'all support, man. So go ahead, JJ.
Yeah. I mean, like my co-host said, never want to see Austin Corbett ever again. Unfortunate that he got hurt, whatever the case may be, but beat the traffic.
Boy,
we wish you the best of luck moving forward. What is this, like 3 or 4 times on the IR in the last 3 or 4 years? I mean, it's terrible. Your best ability is availability. Terrence says that all the time, and that's a sentiment that I echo. If you can't play, you're worthless, with all due respect. So that's number 1. Same position. Cade Mays should have never not been starting for the Carolina Panthers heading into this season anyway. Because why would you break up what you had going at the end of last year? It just doesn't make any sense, bro. It's just really ass backwards. It was very confusing to me. I understand that Corbett got the contract over the offseason, whatever the case may be. But like at the end of the day, you got to win football games. And Cade Mays showed you last year that he had the ability to play that position, particularly at a higher level than Austin Corbett does. And we saw that. Very, very different. No miscommunications on the front line, right? We struggled so bad in Arizona with the blitz pickups. You got guys blocking air when we have free runners. We saw none of that on Sunday at all. I think that stems from not only the communication from the center position, but also the timing on the snap. So that's number 1. I won't say much about Icky right now because I'm kind of like in the middle. Taylor Moton, we have our own personal little friendly beef with Taylor Moton, I guess you could say, because we were blocked like 3 years ago and we didn't do anything wrong. So I won't say much about him, but overall, the offensive line, like you said, for Bryce to only get touched 1 time, and then you think about 2 short years ago where we had by far the worst offensive line in the NFL. I mean, it just continues to be a strong suit for this team. and the fact that, we get back to our roots. We're running the football 30 times, something that we hadn't seen the first 2 games, because the excuses used that, you go down so fast that your game plan changes. Me personally, if you can run the football, you can control the game, right? So even if you are down 10-0, whatever the case may be, Dave Canales claims that he's going to be stubborn with the run, and that's what he wants to do. But, we haven't seen it up to this point. We finally got an opportunity to see that on Sunday. Thus, we do what we do. We control the game. Defense does their job, puts us in good positions, and we control the clock. It's just very, very simple math. So shout out to the offensive line for sure. Produce at a high level. All of that money paying off, even though, a good portion of that money was out on Friday and will be out, or out on Sunday rather, and will be out for the rest of the year. But, such is life. Either way we move.
My bad, JJ. Let me read Red Swarm, and then I'm going to read Russian stats, and we got a couple of super chats. He said, I got to remind y'all, this is the worst performance I've ever seen by my Falcons in over 20 years, and we still outrushed, outpassed your offense. Fitness was awful. You win a turnover battle, you win. Uncle, I ain't going to allow you to have that because, again, you already know, man, you talk behind the scenes. You're going to take this ass whooping all week. So I don't care about no stats, nothing that you got to say. You're going to take this. I don't care what you got to say. You can have all the stats you want, but you took that L. Y'all took
exactly.
That L.
And they did all of that. They did all of that to produce 0 points.
Correct.
And we hung 30. We hung 30 and our offense played like shit.
It was missed opportunities that, again, we're going to talk about when we do 3 up and 3 down, too. So, real quick, JJ, to your point, the rushing stats, Chuba went for 17 carries, 73 yards, and Rico Dow went 10 carries, 30 yards. Altogether, we had 30 carries for 110 yards. So, I'm loving that right there. And then...
and the 2 touchdowns that we did score, they both came rushing. One from Bryce and one from Rico.
Yes.
Offensively.
Facts. And then let me go ahead and play this because you already know what this means now, with you being up
the hot plate. What's up? Duh, with the hot plate.
Hey, appreciate Quan Don versus everybody giving away 5 memberships. That's major love. The content creator giving you guys memberships over here at What's Up, Duh, to a whole nother community, man. That's major love right there, Twan, and I definitely appreciate you, my guy. Definitely appreciate you. Again, if you got a membership from Twan, definitely go ahead and hashtag thank you to the 704 Charlotte Bound show right there, man. So definitely appreciate you, Twan. So then this is another one, and then we'll go into our 3 up, 3 down. Ken 88, definitely appreciate you for your super chat as well, man. He said, shout out to all you content creators for spending y'all time giving us all the great content. Thank you for y'all's hard work. Let's get this dub. Definitely appreciate you for giving that super chat as well. And like I said, we do this for y'all. Again, we all have different creativity, but again, I definitely appreciate everybody showing up tonight over here at Uncle Quan's and I's new segment, 3 up and 3 down. And we have our special guests, Terrence and JJ from FPFO joining us tonight, man. All right, so fellas, that is our recap. Do you want to go up the 3 up and 3 down? We can talk about certain things that could have translated in the game, or does anybody have anything that we missed about the recap that you want to talk about before we go up 3 up, 3 down?
Sure, let's get it.
Okay. All right, so let me go ahead and play our background music. All right, and then so for 3 up, 3 down, shout out to Twan because Twan said in the chat, our very first one is Ryan Fitzgerald. We finally have a kicker in Carolina. And I cannot believe Terrence brought up a name that should be almost like Ian Thomas-ish, like in that same tier. Yeah, I don't want to hear that man's mouth or name said in anybody's mouth. Ryan Fitzgerald, I think I was kind of nervous because, again, one thing that I didn't like was they were saying, oh, he's missing kicks here, there, and there in practice, and etc. And whenever Quan and I were able to see the practice facility, if you guys saw the skinny posts, I don't think a lot of kickers will be able to make those kicks between those skinny posts and not a regular, field goal post. But for him to have, in his rookie year, have the second longest field goal behind Graham Gano, who hit a game winner against the New York Giants, and then just like JJ made the point of setting up kickoffs with a spin with the kick, where shout out to Coach Bates. I had a pleasure meeting him. Coach Bates is animated, and I know he looks at kickers and tries to be creative right along with Coach Tracy that we finally have a kicker in Carolina. We didn't have to go spend no money. We didn't even have to go spend a draft pick. We got him undrafted. And I think the sky's the limit for the young man. I know how atrocious our kickers have been. But for us, we finally got our own man. And shout out to the Seminoles. That's the only time you ever hear me say that, Twan. Because you know it's Tar Heels all day, baby. But shout out to them Seminoles. And again, shout out to Ryan Fitzgerald being our first 3 up. Go ahead, JJ. It's on you.
Yeah, I mean, it feels good to be able to be confident in rolling out a field goal kicker and not holding your breath every time to know if he's going to hit or not, which is part of my problem with my co-host stance as it pertains to Eddie Pinero. But nevertheless, I did also walk by the practice facility and saw those skinny posts. And I really think that it's been advantageous for Ryan Fitzgerald because, bro, if you're kicking on those all summer and then you get to, you know, the actual regulation goalposts, it's going to be easy. And so far, it's been easy for him. I was a tad bit alarmed. If you guys remember, I think it may have been week 2 of the preseason when we had the ball, I think, towards the end of the game. And I think we ended up letting the clock run out instead of, like, trying to kick the field goal. That was alarming to me because I was just like, dude, if we can't kick a 53, 54-yard field goal, we're in trouble. But obviously, we were in good hands all along. So, yeah, shout out to Ryan Fitzgerald. Makes this list deservedly.
Hey, Terrence, read his comment, boy. Mr. Honky Dory, good people. He said he got the blade glasses ready for you.
Yeah, I just told him to put me on. I said I got to do my research.
Hey, go ahead, Quan. It's on you about Ryan Fitzgerald.
Hey, I mean, he's been money so far. I mean, he hasn't missed yet. And I mean, to knock down a 57-yarder to be the second longest field goal of the franchise. I mean, that's the way to make a splash. That's the way to really stamp your name into this franchise. I mean, I saw the 63-yarder from Graham Gano to win it against the New York Giants at home. That was phenomenal. And since then, it hasn't really been a spark from our kickers that I've been looking for, man. Like, I want to have confidence when our kickers step up there, man. I want to be able to say, like, you know what, we got this game in the bag because we got such and such. And I feel like so far, Ryan Fitzgerald has definitely stamped his name in this franchise, man. I think he's going to be a hell of an asset for us. And I mean, I think he's going to give us a lot of confidence to be able to drive the ball down the field in certain situations, whether it's going into the half or ending the game. And we're going to be confident in getting into the field goal range to win the game or just get points on the board, man. So it feels good to have us a solid kicker, man.
Yes, sir. And then real quick before you go, Terrence, shout out to Panthers on Tap. But this is my buddy right here. Ricky Raines was one of the first people that once I came in, Ricky reached out. Definitely told me if I need anything, he'll definitely show up. Definitely appreciate you pulling up, Ricky, to represent Panthers on Tap. And hopefully you enjoying it. Again, if you're not subscribed to Panthers on Tap, they will be live tomorrow, and they'll be doing a recap on the 30-0 as well, man. So definitely appreciate you showing up, Ricky. Go ahead, T.
Shout out Ricky, bro. Shout out Ricky. Real genuine good dude.
I mean, yeah, I got to give Ron Fitzgerald his props. I mean, he's contributing to us winning football games. We haven't been able to really hit on kickers like that since Graham Gano. And I only give JJ shit because statistically, at one point, not long ago, Eddie was the most accurate kicker in NFL history. Now, don't argue with me, argue with the stats. Now, I know that everybody has PTSD, including me, for what he did in that Atlanta game. Probably reason one why we're in the position that we're in now. So, I mean, I understand that, but that's the only reason me and JJ go at it about Eddie. But shout out to Ron Fitzgerald, man. He's been consistent. Kickers, they have to be evaluated a little more now just because of the new kickoff rule. And being that he's been able to get on the field and get acclimated to that very quickly and put the offense in good positions, he has to get a lot of credit for that. So shout out to Ron Fitzgerald.
Hey, and then shout out to Black Cat Panther podcast, and shout out to Panthers Germany. Wally is in the building. Definitely appreciate you pulling up to represent you and your boys over there, man. Hopefully you're doing well, and I don't know what time it is, so I definitely appreciate you pulling up to support tonight with the time change over there with you, man. Let me see a couple more comments. And I seen 336. He said Fats Terrence. He said y'all need to stop hating on Eddie P. That's not hate. stats is stats. We could have won a couple of games if Eddie P actually hit field goals. So hey, I'm not.
He ruined our career.
Yeah,
I mean, he ruined our franchise. So hey, it's all great. It's phenomenal. Most accurate kicker of all. Oh, that shit is cute, bro. I have not forgiven him and will never forgive him for what he did in Atlanta. I won't ever.
Hey, real quick, I have to do this. So my fiance's LS and Quan. Here's the proof right here. I was in Mexico for a wedding, and we were playing volleyball in the pool, and it was a gentleman kept looking at me. He was like, "Bro, I know you," and I'm like, he was like, "What's your favorite team?" And I was like, "The Panthers." He was like, "You got a YouTube channel?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "It's What's Up, Doug." He was like, "Bro, this is not Doug." So I appreciate you pulling up tonight, man, because I was telling Quan about like how it's crazy where I'm in a whole nother country and somebody recognized my face. And we was drinking, but trust me, it was just crazy. But like, I definitely appreciate you pulling up, and shout out to you and your wife because he got married in Mexico while he was over there. So big shout out to you for pulling up.
Congrats,
tonight.
man! Congrats.
Definitely appreciate you pulling up. PPP Panthers Prime Podcast is in the building as well. It says, "See, Dougie ain't got no neck, just head and shoulders and knees." Hey, like I said, I'm just waiting for me and you to take a picture so everybody can see how we stack up. But definitely appreciate you pulling up, Prime, man. Definitely appreciate you for pulling up. Let's see. But now let me go ahead and pull up our second one. So our second 3-up is Cha Smith-Wade. I think we finally were able to see what J.C. Horn and this defense was talking about. Cha Smith-Wade finally showing up. That pick six, shout out to Nick Scorton. Please go back and see Nick Scorton was the reason why that pressure and the view that Michael Penix had, where Cha Smith-Wade was able to jump that route and take it for a pick six. This defense, and I'm gonna go to my notes. This defense has really just turned the page for 6 quarters. We've only given up. You can say 6 with a PAT, but we only gave up 6 points. And I understand people can say Atlanta took their foot off the gas. I mean, not Atlanta. Arizona took their foot off the gas. I know Terrence and JJ were there, so I know they can talk about that. But for me being in Benton on week 4, out the gate, off the rip, that defense was ready to play. That defense was relentless. It was on the Thunder. I said we were overpowering the Atlanta Falcons. It's even a clip out there where DB literally threw a guard on the ground, and it's just like, if this defense can do what they did to Atlanta, to some of these opponents, that top 15, top 18 defense is here in Carolina. And I don't know if Evero stays here, and I don't know if we let him go. But it's on you, JJ. That's what I got for Cha Smith-Wade. We're going to talk about Evero next, so go ahead.
Yeah, if y'all saw me make that crazy face at my co-host, it's because we have a bet, actually, that this defense is going to finish. Is it top 15 or top 16? Oh, now he doesn't know. He doesn't want to respond, I guess. But yeah, we have a bet. And
what else you want me to say? Like
what is it? Is it top 15? Is that the bet?
Yeah, it's top 15. Like, and this is the crazy thing about these bets, bro. He swindles me into these bets because I made so much money off of him with these bets, and he makes me bet against my own team when I don't want to. That's the problem.
But in regards to Shaw, he had a hell of a game on Sunday with the pick six. I think he put 5 or 6 tackles to go along with that. Had another PBU.
You want a stat line? You need a stat line, JJ?
Yes, please. What was it?
Five tackles and 1 pick and a pick six.
Yeah. So I mean, as a cornerback, it doesn't really get much better than that, bro. And one of the things that we struggle with is our secondary tackling. And seeing him make that step on Sunday was a phenomenal look. And I would challenge people just to think back, a month and a half, 2 months ago, when a lot of the rumors and a lot of the noise that we were hearing out of training camp, Cha Smith-Wade was one of those guys that they were saying was having a phenomenal training camp. And seeing that translate on Sunday, love to see it. Love to see it from a second-round guy that was drafted in the 5th round. I mean,
All right, Quan, it's on you.
Yeah, man. Hey, big shout out to Cha Smith-Wade, man. I mean, like you said, JJ, this is a big performance for a corner. I mean, to get 5 tackles and a pick six, man. I mean, That's a hell of a performance in my book, man. I mean, and it's ironic because if y'all paid attention this offseason, my biggest concerns besides the linebackers of this defense were the DBs. Like I was like, okay, the DB room looks kind of mid. Like I feel like we need to add something to it. But looking at this DB room, I mean, I feel like we are very solid. We got two of the top corners in the league right now, as statistic wise. And then you got Shao Smith Wade, who's able to hold his own at the nickel, man. I mean, it's a beautiful sight to see in Carolina, man, where we got all of our DBs are stepping up to the table and they strapping guys up, man. I mean, that makes it hard for that pass game to get going, man.
Hey, Terrence, if you speak that blasphemy, because I saw the episode this morning, I will mute you. Because I already know what you about to say. What Quan just said, what he just said about two corners, I already know what you about to say.
Make him stand on business. Make him stand on business. I've been trying to tell him about Mike. He don't believe shit. That's his problem. But, you know.
Bruh, one, I didn't like the Shaw Smith Wade pick in the draft. And because I just thought he was an undersized corner, I just hated the pick. But he has come along very well. He actually got my MVP for the game on our show. So shout out to Shaw Smith. And my thing with Mike Jack, which I was telling JJ this the other day, like it was never necessarily about his ability, so to speak. It was just like I didn't think that he would be a corner that could complement JC as well. I just thought we would need to add another piece inside of that room, like you said, Quan. And I didn't think Mike Jack will be like the lockdown number 2 corner, especially being that EJ doesn't let JC travel. And so you have to see Mike Jack lined up against a lot of those number 1 receivers. That wasn't something that I was comfortable with. And so that was my thing about Mike Jack. But obviously he's proven me wrong. So shout out to him and shout out to Shaw Smith Wade. But that was my whole thing. Not necessarily about his ability. I just didn't think he was good enough to, you know, be able to supplement on the other side of JC. But, you know, I'll eat my words for now.
And I'll owe you yours. Since you owned up, I'll owe you yours. But real quick, we gotta play the song because we got hot plate. What's up? Duh, with the hot plate. Shout out to Big Mo grabbing that membership. Judd cooking up. Judd cooking up. What's up? Again, if you want to send super chats to us, if you got questions or anything, you can send in a super chat, or again, just put in the comments. We will answer everybody's question. But if you do want a membership, go ahead and hit that link in the chat. And again, it's only 99 cents. Yeah, Monet did agree. He said Chai Smith Wade was a dog. Has that dog in him. And then QJ Smith, I appreciate you asking this question again because somebody asked it up earlier in the chat. Should we go get CJ Gardner-Johnson? I'm gonna answer this first, and I hope the panel and I hope the chat don't rip me one. Nick Scott didn't look too bad on Sunday. He did not look too bad, but I definitely agree that we do need another safety there. But the safety that's there is Lathan Ransom. And what they used Trayvon Moore, and Quan said this on the way back. They had Trayvon Moore kind of sort of in a hybrid linebacker, what we thought Jeremy Chin was supposed to be in this defense underneath Ajaro Evero. But the scheme and Jeremy Chin's play style just didn't mesh together. So I'm not opposed to actually having another safety in that room. But right now, I definitely think Lathan Ransom needs more reps at that safety position. And real quick, before you guys go and answer, we just got another membership over here added right now. What you cooking up? Hey, what you cooking up? Hey, what you cooking up? Hey. All right, so fellas, what do you guys feel about Gardner Johnson? And then we'll go into our last up, and then we'll go into our down.
I think, like you said, I think we have that safety in the room. Like, I don't think that we necessarily need to go and get CJ Gardner-Johnson because we have Lathan Ransom and he just needs more reps. Honestly, as soon as he got in the game, what did he do? Force a fumble. And so I think you can continue to have Trayvon Marion play that hybrid linebacker, and I think that's where he's most effective at. And you can just continue to work Lathan Ransom in. So I don't necessarily think it's something you need to go jump out the window for, especially if the price isn't right. And then it makes you wonder, like, why does he keep getting cut from teams? Like, why?
It's a character issue, I think, Terrence.
Yes.
And so if that's the case, we don't need that infiltrating the locker room, especially when we got a lot of young guys still trying to learn, still trying to learn the system, very young in their careers. If he can't come in there and be that veteran presence and that veteran leader, which it doesn't seem like he can, if it is a character issue and he keeps getting cut from teams, I don't know if it's really worth the risk, honestly.
Yeah. Y'all don't have to say anything unless y'all want to.
I mean, unless he can play linebacker, I don't really see the need for him. I mean, I guess, yeah, I mean, it'll be good for boosting up the competition. You know what I mean? It'll light a fire under everybody else to get better. But honestly, I feel like what we got in the room right now, we straight. I mean, like you said, Nick Scott, I mean, I don't trust him too much. So, but he did have a good game this past Sunday. He held his own. I saw him communicating. I saw him making tackles, making plays and whatnot. But yeah, Lathan Ransom, I think he's definitely. I think this season at some point he's gonna end up starting with Tremo at some point, man. So I think we good at safety. But I mean, if we want to boost that competition in the room, I mean, I'm all for it. Cool, but if it's character issues that's getting him cut, then we don't need that drama in the locker room, man. We got something going here.
Yeah.
All right, real quick, we got.
I don't really have much to say with that.
Oh, we got another member, so I gotta cut the background. And then we gotta go ahead and play the song, like I said, man. Hey, this is a lot. With the hot plate, Aaron Pooler, welcome to the Doug cooking up. What's up? Joe with the hot plate. What's up? And then we got a couple of super chats. He said, I support y'all famous people. Him and Twan keep saying I'm famous. Like, bruh, I'm not famous. Y'all got to chill that out, man. Chill that out. And then shout out to Dylan, man. Definitely appreciate Dylan Plummer. He said that music got me feeling like I'm in a skating ring. Definitely appreciate Dylan and Nick Gaskins and Earl Furler for joining the Doug Get Fed. I definitely appreciate those super chats and new memberships over here at What's Up, Doug. So let's go ahead and get the train keep moving. Our last three up is, let me take this comment down. Izzy Gyro Evero. I'm gonna be short and sweet. I owe Gyro Evero an apology because I did a video on last year. Me and Quan said the man need to be fired. I think it's still early, but I have to own up to my wrongs that he still doesn't have everything because that linebacker position is kind of weak. But I know we talk about Rose Boom, but I will tell you guys this. If you look at the tape, Trevor Wiles is flying across the field and looks better in week 2 and week 3. Just imagine when we get Turk Wharton back with Nick Scott and Princeton Human Yellen finally getting out those rookie woes. Then you have Pat Jones, who I might think will be rotational, and Nick Scorton will be starting across from either DJ Weimer or whoever. But right now that defense isn't that whole, but they're producing in ways that I didn't think it'll happen so quickly. Again, this is not a finished product defense, but for what he's been able to do from what we saw last year being one of the worst defenses in the history of the game to what we've been able to do in 6 quarters is a small sample size, but you have to do it again. And shout out to DB saying, hey, you don't win one game, make it to the playoffs, because that can look like a fluke. We got to do it again and again on the road. So the next game is the biggest game because it's on the road, but it's also the momentum that we're leading into with this team and this defense going up to Foxburg. JG, you went first last time?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay. Let's switch it up. Quan, go ahead, and then we'll go JJ, then Terrence.
I gotta say this about everyone, man. All last season, I was up and down with everyone. I was conflicted between like, okay, do he just not have the personnel that he needs to run his scheme, or is he just being too dang on stubborn to where he see it don't work and we still not changing anything up, man? So it was a very up and down roller coaster with Evero last season, and I mean going into this season, the first game it was just it was giving me a little bit of side eye to Evero. I was like, okay, I don't know, we still can't stop the run. I don't know, I'm seeing the same patterns. But then you started to see it click towards the end of last week. And then you really saw it click in this game right here, man. So I'm gonna say this about Evero. We need to keep that middle of the pack type of defense. If we can stay within that top 15, top 20, keep our play complimentary football with our guys. I think this is definitely I think Evero is definitely like that scapegoat from last year, man. I mean, he really didn't have the personnel. If you look at it, man, we really were playing with practice squad players. We were playing with like the last little bits of the roster that we had. And I mean, you can't really do nothing when you can't send anybody on a blitz. You can't generate pressure if you don't have the pass rush. I mean, it did look pretty bad as far as our personnel. So I couldn't really tell if it was Evero's fault or if it just was the personnel, man. But what we're starting to see is Evero coming to his own. We saw him confusing the offense, and we saw him throwing a whole bunch of different looks at that offense. And I mean, if we can keep this up, I think we're gonna be all right, man.
All right, go ahead, T.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not really in the apologizing mood for Evero. He has to show me again. I think for all of the reasons that you said, Doug, it's a very small sample size, especially when you take into account we were the worst defense in NFL history last year. Right. Like, for me, I can't just let you do that. And I understand, like, the personnel he had, but I just can't let that slide by just based on the last 3 games that we played. To me, that just doesn't cut it. So, personally, I'll hold my apologies until I'm able to see what this defense looks like throughout the duration of the season. I mean, but I understand people's perspective if they're like, okay, let's shoot EJ some bill, let's keep him around for another year. Like, if this defense continues to look like this throughout the duration of the season, then there's not really anything that I can say. But until it becomes like a reoccurring theme that we're continuing to play this way, I don't think that I'm to the point where it's like, okay, I apologize to Evero and everything is all apples and candy. Like, I can't do that as of right now, personally.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. We have to go slow. But I will say, to Uncle Quan's point, that was a point that I had made quite a few times last year, was the fact that, bro, he has no personnel at all. Some of the things that we saw earlier in the year, last year, with the miscommunication and things of that nature, that was coaching. So it's one of those things where it's kind of like a double-edged sword, so to speak. But like I said, bro, when you have personnel on the field that are willing to tackle, like, the system kind of works if you play it properly and you just execute. It's just simply bend, don't break, like, and don't allow any big plays. That's it. So, I mean, I'm not gonna necessarily say everybody should get to apologizing, but I will say it is good to see EJ kind of go back into form, I guess, with what he was in Denver before he came here, when he had a top defense in the league, right? So I don't know. Time will tell.
I'll say one more thing.
2 challenges ahead. My fault, bro.
Yeah, no, I'll say one more thing. I think he's also coaching with a sense of urgency because he knows his back is up against the wall. Right. Like, he's literally coaching for his job, coaching for his life. So that also sparks a sense of urgency and makes things look a lot different. I like to see what he does when he's not under that particular fire or spotlight, to see if it continues to build on top of that.
Facts.
And they're going to be tested. I mean, we're going to be tested because we have the Bills, we have Dallas, we have Green Bay, we have Tampa Bay, and presumably their receiving core will be healthy at that point in the season. So, I mean, we're definitely going to be challenged. Like, it was just Atlanta. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Atlanta ain't that crazy, bro. Like, as much as their fan base would have led you to believe that they were a top team in the league, I mean, they had the same record as us and they beat JJ McCarthy. Wow.
Facts. All right, let's shout out our sponsors real quick, and then we'll go to three down. So shout out to our first sponsor, which is SeatGeek over here. Again, if you're a new customer, SeatGeek, you'll get $20 off when you use the code What's Up Doug. Again, Quan and I just used. We're just got our tickets from SeatGeek to go to the Panthers. So again, if you want to go to any Panther game, any college game, any concert, if you're a first-time user, use the code What's Up Doug, you'll get $20 off your first ticket purchase. Then our second sponsor is Underdog Fantasy. Right now they have a promo where you can have play 5 and get 50 in bonus bets. So whenever you do an entry or you are a first-time user for Underdog, use the code What's Up Doug there as well, and you will receive $50 off your first entry for bonus funds, and also they will match up to 50% of your deposit if you're a new customer as well. And also, whenever you're doing entries, if you need help and you have a problem, you think there's a helpline that Underdog has that somebody can talk to you and actually, be there for you whenever you are making too many entries and in the red too much. All right, so let's go to three down, and I'm gonna do it different. I'm gonna let you guys choose. So JJ, you'll go first. Our three down, and then we can all speak about it. But our three down for this week is Hunter Renfrow, JT Sanders, and Trevor Etienne. So choose one, JJ, and then we'll talk about it, and then just go round robin. So which one do you like to talk about?
I'll take JT Sanders.
Okay.
Very frustrating and very disappointing to see that he has that hot ankle sprain. Wasn't really too involved in the game plan on Sunday, as was, and then for him to go down with an injury for the second time in 2 years again, when it seemed like he was turning the corner last week against Arizona with 6 or 7 catches for 60 plus yards. It seemed like this room was in his control. It seemed like he had been deemed tight end 1, especially with Tommy Tremble coming off the back surgery. Tommy Tremble really hadn't been as involved in the game plan either the first 2 or 3 weeks. But then to see him go down with another injury, like I said, when it seemed like he was turning the corner, similar to what we were seeing in Kansas City. Because on that drive that he got hurt in Kansas City with that neck injury, he had like 1 or 2 huge catches. Right, and then he gets injured, never really gets worked back into the system, and then he kind of fizzles out with the rest of the team. I'm hoping that's not the case this year. Obviously, he's going to be out that 3 to 6 weeks or whatever it's going to be for that ankle sprain, and hopefully he can just come back to form. I will say Mitchell Evans looked pretty good the other day. Tommy Tremble is what he is. This coaching staff loves him. They try to work him in. Very, very high on him last year. He didn't really produce the way I thought he was going to, but, we're okay in that room. But I'm ready to see JT take that next step as a pass catcher, because I think that's going to be beneficial for this offense, especially when you look at Xavier Legette and the struggles that he's had up to this point. So, yeah, very, very disappointing. Very disappointing. And the fact that the game was out of hand at that point, and it just seemed like it was just a very, very simple tackle. Like it didn't seem like it was anything crazy. And for us to get that report, kind of disheartening.
Hey, Quan, go ahead and talk about your boy.
Yeah, man, I agree. JT Sanders, I'm very high on JT Sanders when we got him out of the draft. Actually, he was rated my second tight end on that board in that draft, man. So I was very surprised when we got the chance to get him where we got him. But yeah, man, I made a video on him. I did a little bit of film. And like you pointed out, JJ, we really saw JT coming to his own in that Kansas City game. He was literally on his way to having a 100-yard game that game. He finished the half with 49 yards or something like that. But he went out with that injury, and then, like you said, he just kind of fizzled out for the rest of the season. So this was the season I was looking for him to be a little bit more comfortable in that offense and really come into his own and really, step up to be a big, pivotal part of this offense. And we saw little flashes here and there in the last game and this game too. But to see him go out with another injury, it worries me because I'm like, damn, is he going to fizzle out again? Is he going to fall into the background again? Is it going to take him a minute to kind of get back into that groove? I don't know, man. But I'm wishing him the best. But it is time for Mitch to go ahead and step up, and it's time for Tommy Tremble to step up too, man.
Go ahead, T.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of tough because, like Quan said, JT Sanders was probably one of my favorite players that we drafted during that draft. So I was very high on him, still is, honestly. But, like, the injuries are killing him. And obviously, like, a lot of that is out of your control kind of thing. And it's tough when we have tight ends in the room who still get touches. It's only one ball to go around. And so when you're not available to kind of make yourself stand out and really get those touches, and other guys like that are already taking your touches while you are healthy, going down with an injury doesn't help your case at all. And so being that he's injured again, it's kind of like, and I feel like they have other guys in the room who can step in and play that role, and they'll be okay with them taking that next step. As far as the Tommy Tremble, he's been in the system for years, so he knows the system. They trust Tommy Tremble. And then Mitchell Evans, we've seen him get in touches over the last few games as well. So it's not very good for JT in this sense, but I mean, I hope he can get back right, and I hope he can turn into the tight end who I think all of us on this panel believe that he could be, especially one of those big threat tight ends going down the field for Bryce. But it is tough that he has another injury.
Yeah, for me,
that's one thing. Doug, can I just say something just very quickly?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, that's one thing that I don't think a lot of people have touched on, like, as it pertains to the rookie from last year. A lot of those guys have injury problems. Like, you look at Coker, right? You look at XL with the wrist and the ankle last year.
Had an injury.
You know what I'm saying?
Jonathan Brooks.
Yes, JT Sanders. So it's a tad bit alarming. It's a tad bit alarming when you're talking about offensive weapons that are supposed to be contributing to your success going forward the next 2, 3, 4 years. It's alarming when these guys aren't able to stay healthy. I'll be honest.
Yes, sir, man. Like, for me, Quan, when it happened, Quan was like, Doug, he down. Like, Quan, what did I say? I said it's a high ankle sprain. I called it right on the spot. I played basketball. And the way he was walking, I'm like, it's a high ankle sprain. High ankle sprains, you can got 3 to 4 weeks. It just depend on your pain tolerance. This gives Mitchell Evans the opportunity, and I said this yesterday. Shout out to PPP. He had me on to talk about the game. I see Mitchell Evans kind of sort of like a younger Jason Witten. Just walk with me. Look at the tape. Look at what he did at Notre Dame, and look what he possibly do here at Carolina. And if we can get that type of production out of him, I definitely think we'll be okay with JT being out. Luckily, it's not season long, so he can come back as well. But I think these reps can help, because I do think sooner or later we're going to move on from Tommy Tremble, and it'll be the Evans and the Sanders show. So right now, like I said, we're almost done. We got over 300 in the building right now. Shout out to FPFO. Shout out to my brother, Uncle Quan. If you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button for us. Share it as well. We'll go ahead and play our little thing that we do. Subscribe if you are new to What's Up, Doug. Again, welcome to the second episode of 3 Up and 3 Down, presented to you by Uncle Quan and C. Dougie, man. And again, shout out to our guests, Terrence and JJ from FPFO, joining us, man. So, Terrence, with JJ going with JT Sanders, you want Hunter Renfrow or you want Trevor Etienne?
I'll take Hunter Renfrow.
Okay. All right, you up.
Because I don't think a lot of y'all are gonna like what I'm about to say. I think that the reason Hunter Renfrow is on the 3 down list is because of his quarterback. And I know, like, him and Bryce had that connection last game, but I just think that Bryce failed to hit him on a lot of those short throws this past week. I feel like Hunter Renfrow won a lot of those routes. Him and Bryce just aren't on the same page, or weren't on the same page this past week. So I feel like that's kind of attributing to him being on that list. But I still think that Hunter Renfrow is a serviceable receiver. And I think that, he should really be involved more in the pass game. But, Bryce just has to make those throws that he's missing them on. Because if you go and look at the film, Hunter Renfrow, he wins a lot of those routes. Even in the Arizona game, he caught 2 touchdowns, but Bryce still missed him down the seams. Even in the Jacksonville game, he still missed some up the scenes on the sideline. So I think a lot of that is attributed to Bryce just having to settle in and make those throws that, really will make Hunter Renfrow look like a totally different receiver because he wins. So that's kind of my take on that.
Hey, that's a great point, man. That's a great point, Terrence. That's something I kind of spoke on as well. It just seemed like their chemistry is just way off. I mean, this is why you need to play your players in the preseason, especially if you bringing in new guys from the off season. You have to build that chemistry and rapport with your guys, man. And that's why the preseason is important. And I think what we saw in these first couple of games is we're seeing them catch up with that chemistry, man. Like you said, he wins a lot of routes. I mean, this is a guy I watch pretty closely, especially me being a Clemson fan. He wins a lot of routes. His route running is some of the best in the league, in my opinion. So at this point moving forward, it's really going to come down to him and Bryce getting that timing down. And once they do, I think Hunter Renfrow can be an Adam Thielen level threat for this offense, for real, man.
Renfrow in 3.
Facts. I totally agree with what both of you guys said. Not only do I put it on Bryce Young for him being on this list for this week, but I put it on Dave Canales. Like Quan said, if you have new receivers coming in, or you have new players coming in, they need to get reps with guys that they're going to be playing with. Now, obviously, he got cut right out of training camp, and then we trade Thielen, so situation's a little bit different. But I never personally wanted to see Hunter Renfrow getting reps with Jack Plummer anyway. Same way I didn't want to see Jimmy Horn getting reps with Jack Plummer. I actually didn't want to see Jack Plummer at all this season. So that kind of did you a disservice in that regard as well. So I think Hunter Renfrow will be okay. Now, I will say a lot of the production that we saw from him last week was when the defense was playing soft coverage in Arizona. So he was kind of a beneficiary of that with at least one of those touchdowns. But like you said, the connection was there last week. It wasn't there this week. So that's kind of disheartening. But I think outside of that, Hunter Renfrow will be okay. And I really think that, Bryce Young has not played well this whole season, in my opinion. He hasn't played well, right? So his timing and everything like that has been off with everybody, in my opinion, outside of Nalo. No cap. So I think once he starts to settle in, then we'll start seeing our pass catchers be more productive. But until that happens, then we're going to be missing routes that we win. Like he on the sideline, right? Little 7-8 yard out route that he abuses the cornerback on.
I'm going to tag it with you because you said this, and you saw me in the chat. I said, I'm going to save my comment about this. Chuba Hubbard should have had a receiving touchdown. That's on Bryce Young. Chuba, I'll say one of the 2 drops or overthrows to Hunter Renfrow. One was on Hunter because it's a timing route, and that goes with JJ said he doesn't have that timing with Bryce on certain routes. And the other one was on Bryce. He put the ball on him too quick. So that goes hand in hand because, yes, even though we're praising this 30-0 win, this is on Bryce as well because, Bryce, you left points on the board. On the field. That Chuba drive, I told Quan, I literally rather him loft it because it was a wheel route coming from the backfield. I'd rather him loft it in the end zone, and Chuba, if he dropped it, he dropped it. But that was 6 because there was nobody near him.
And Doug, for that, that's very alarming too, because there was 2 receivers over there. You had T-Mac on the crosser, and then you had Chuba running the wheel. So, if that pass was to Nalo, it's a missed shot because it's 50 feet over his head.
Correct.
Right? And if that throw is to Chuba, it's alarming because, bro, throw that shit to the pylon.
That's what I said. Throw him to the pylon.
Yes.
But see, look, yes. I'm going to go with this one. With the 100 Renfrow, I think it was coming our direction, and I don't know how the end zones are, but it was going into court. And if he threw it on the right time, it was only Hunter Renfrow on the DB. And if Hunter Renfrow made a DB miss, we possibly looking at a possible touchdown going in. And I'll say the end zone where they come out the tunnel. So for me, like I said, yes, I put Hunter Renfrow here because the chemistry, it's not because Hunter Renfrow had a bad game. It's the chemistry that him and Bryce don't have quite yet. So it's hit or miss. I think time will help. But again, you got Etzel back there, and you do have Jalen Coker coming. And Terrence, I'm going to give you an Etzel opportunity on this next slide. But to go ahead and finish out, is Trevor Etienne for 3 down. Quan, you want to go ahead and get it? Because that's your time to shine.
Yeah, man. Hey, y'all chill out in the chat, man. Y'all chill.
I see him. And Panther boy.
Y'all chill, man. But only thing with Etienne, it's still a small sample size with him. I mean, given that he's a rookie. So you could call this rookie growing pains. I mean, you could call this, hey, he just ain't got it. I didn't know yet. I need to see a little bit more out of him, but you can't fumble the ball. Literally, that's all you're doing right now. I mean, it's not like you really have a big role in the offense. You literally back there fielding kickoffs. Do your job, man. I mean, you can't be fumbling the ball in critical moments like that, man. Luckily, the defense followed up with a stop, and it saved his ass, but that could have turned the whole game around just like that. So we got to take care of the ball, especially on special teams, man. You got to give your offense a chance. And I mean, we ain't really been seeing like too much flash with him. It's not like he's, taking it across the 30 consistently or something like that, man. So really right now where I'm at with him, I'm just kind of at a, I don't know. Right now, I'm still kind of observing, trying to see what he is and where he fits on this team. But overall, man, you got to be better. Hold on to the ball.
I mean, for me, we already talked about it. I mean, I'm not gonna say he got his job taken, but Terrence had a good point. When he did that, we took him out. We didn't wait. We didn't say, hey, you got another opportunity. Hey, this game is pivotal. And the field position that you possibly gave up, luckily our defense held strong. So hopefully, and JJ said he holds his breath, I'm gonna pay more attention to it. But there's a person that's getting a healthy scratch since the season started that I know he can return kicks. And if he get the opportunity, I think he's going to pop one. I swear I think he's going to pop one. And that's J5. I don't call him Jimmy Horn. If y'all know who J5 is, he got that from when he was at University of South Florida. That's J5. I'm a big J5 fan. Got the opportunity to speak to Jimmy Horn. I'm just ready for him to suit up one day or one of these games, and we can see how explosive he can be. But if y'all got anything else about Trevor Etienne, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be very brief for me. It's just very dangerous as a rookie running back that was drafted where he was to make mental mistakes. And like I said earlier, I kind of put some of this on the coaching staff because I don't believe that he should be back there. It just seems like they tried to create a role for him to try and fit in to see what he had, but that's just not where he's going to be successful. It's not going to be in the return game, at least not punt returns. I'm kind of indifferent about it right now because we have Chuba and we have Rico. God forbid one of those guys go down, then we'll see more of Trevor Etienne kind of in the run game. But right now, I mean, yeah, his stock is down. And like you said, as a young guy, you just can't make those kind of mistakes. You can't turn the football over. Because like y'all said, bro, that was our defense forced a 3 and out. And then we get a punt and we were able to get 3 points off of that. But the fact of the matter is just like that could have went a lot of different ways, bro. And instead of us talking about 1-2 after a 30-0 victory, we could be looking at 0-3. And right. Everybody's tonality on this podcast is a lot different. So, yeah, we just can't have it. We just can't have it. But salute to the coaching staff for, setting the tone and saying, listen, even if you're a young guy, we don't have time for it. So when you're getting into the game, be ready to go.
Hey, real quick, Terrence, unless you have something, because I got a fun joke with this one. I think Terrence could have 1 or 2 because he could have had an opportunity in Arizona. He got caught from behind. And I think if we threw him the fade ball instead of Rico Dow scoring, it was 1-on-1. Me and Quan were hoping it was 1-on-1 and they threw him a fade ball. So it's coming, Howard. I just don't know when exactly it's going to be here, but it's coming, though. I really think.
He also missed one on that 4th down, too, man. He had dropped it in the end zone.
Yep. That T-Mac touchdown is coming. Trust me.
And that screen, the screen that he dropped was supposed to be a touchdown, too.
For real. Facts.
Yes.
Yeah. Facts. He had nothing but blockers, too.
So go ahead, T. That's how you're about to say.
Yeah, I just got one thing to say on Trevor Etienne. Like the coaching staff has said since the beginning of the season, if you want to be on this roster, you got to be able to play special teams, especially as a young guy. We've seen good things from him in the preseason, but like JJ said, you got 2 1,000-yard rushers in the backfield, so your touches there is going to be very limited unless God forbid one of those guys get hurt. And, you know, we have other guys who we can throw in to return punts and return kickoffs. So when you're getting your opportunity there and you're just not being successful at that point, it's kind of like, you know, where are you going to play at this point? So it's kind of tough for him going forward.
All right, so let's go ahead and go to week 4. This is what we need to focus on now, gentlemen. Headed north to Foxborough. This is going to be a hard game because I'm a Drake May fan. I'm a Tar Heel. Drake May's stats so far, 785 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Pat's defense has had 9 sacks over 3 games, had 5 turnovers last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers, where I think we can capitalize on, and we need to focus on punching the ball out. And can this Panthers team travel on the road? That's the biggest question mark that I think if you can answer the bell to that, going against the New England Patriots at home, you know that culture, you know the coach with the culture that he has with Mike Vrabel, that hard defense. I've seen a couple people talking about T-Mac and Gonzalez matching up. Then you got Milton going against Cade Mays. It's a lot of matchups with one-on-ones on both sides of the ball that I think I can't wait to see this game. Is this a winnable game? Absolutely. They don't scare me, but I think Drake May is not Michael Penix. He's not a lefty, and Drake May can be a dual threat, meaning that he can run out the pocket as well and scramble to score too. So this is where I want to see what those linebackers do. I want to see if Evero can get in his bag. He just showed what he was able to do against Atlanta. You can't come out with the same play calls because you got to switch things up. But I'm hoping that we get possibly Pat Jones back. Here's your point, Terrence. I am hoping that Etzel comes back. JJ and myself were hard on Terrence about Etzel. It is still early, like he says. But right now, it's not looking good for Xavier Legette. But for me, I definitely think this is a winnable game. This is just a quick preview for us because I think we might go live Thursday. Just stay tuned. But for me, this is a winnable game, and I definitely think we can come out with Spartanburg with a win. Gentlemen, what you got?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough game on the road, but definitely a winnable ball game. They turned the ball over 5 times. Ramondre Stevenson, I think he was responsible for 2 or 3 of them. So I think this defense brings over into Foxborough what they did in Carolina, then I have full confidence in them going forward in this game. I also don't know if Christian Gonzalez is a go yet. He's still nursing a hamstring injury. I think that they are going to probably evaluate him a lot like later on in the week to see if he actually plays. But going off that XL point, if he does play, it will also be very vital for XL to be able to play as well, because that's going to take pressure off of whoever he lines up against. If it's Ted, if it's XL, but let's just say he takes T-Mac, then XL has opportunities to make plays. And I think that this is a game that could be a breakout game for him if he's actually able to suit up. Because I don't know if their other corners are really that, but Drake May isn't the quarterback. He's a better quarterback than Michael Penix. Right. So I don't think that, I don't see a situation to where he's going to be seeing ghosts and seeing stars the way Michael Penix is. And I also think that this is going to have to be a game where you have to sack the quarterback. Drake May, he's more mobile than Michael Penix as well. So he's going to move around in the pocket a lot. So I think this is going to be a game where you have to actually get home. But based on what I've seen this past week, I think that we have an opportunity to win this game if all things are clicking and the offense finally gets in rhythm this game. I think if the defense plays how they played last week and the offense can establish some rhythm, hopefully with XL coming back, then I think we'll match up fairly fine against New England.
Yes, sir. Real quick, we got another membership.
With the hot plate,
Welcome to the grabbing that membership.
Cooking up.
But yeah, I definitely agree. Like I said, I think this is an opportunity for a bounce back game for XL. But JJ or Quan, go ahead and give you your rapid, quick review or preview for the New England Patriots.
Okay, I'll go quick. Tackle ball carriers. XL, like I said, I mean, listen, even if he's not able to go, XL is at a very, very dangerous point in his career right now. Luckily, Bryce didn't get a rhythm against Atlanta. But if he would have, because it looked nasty initially, because the first 2 passes, if I'm not mistaken, went to Bryson Tremaine. So it's just like already this guy is coming in and making more of an impact than you. That was alarming. But nevertheless, tackle the ball carrier and force turnovers. Right? We're going to win this football game strictly based off of what we do defensively, what kind of position we can put this offense in that hasn't started cooking yet, what kind of field position we can put them in, and forcing turnovers. It's very, very simple. I don't have any fear in my heart at all about New England. It is a very, very winnable game. But again, you're going into a hostile environment that has a lot of history out there with a great coach. And so if we see the Carolina Panthers that came out weeks 1 and 2 with no urgency, then we're going to get blasted. If we come out and we immediately start punching them in the mouth, we should win the football game. So, I mean, that's what it comes down for me.
Let me put this question up, and then Quan, you go ahead and close it out for the preview segment. Nephew, may I ask a question? Now, I remember you saying that you must see us go 2-2 or better for the first 4 games. You said 1 and 3, 0 and 4 would be unacceptable. It's Sunday a must-win game for y'all. For me, the way that they came out, yes. Because again, New England doesn't scare me. The only thing that scares me with this team is they don't play well on the road. But that starts with your quarterback, and that starts with your coach. So for me, I wouldn't say it's a must win, and I don't like saying guaranteeing a win. But this will show me what culture Dave Canales wants to have for the Carolina Panthers. We struggle on the road. I know we beat Atlanta on the road, this and that. But going up to that atmosphere and you get a win, again, like I said earlier, the NFC is wide open. I'm not saying that we can go to Super Bowl all this and that. It's a lot of 1 and 2 teams that are not supposed to be 1 and 2, and it's a lot of teams that are 0 and 3. You go into Foxborough and you come back 2 and 2 for home. You thought it was loud during Atlanta. It's even going to go to another level when it comes to Miami. So I expect them to be 2 and 2. If it's not, I need to understand what's the difference from the Atlanta game to New England. All right, go ahead, Quan.
Honestly, I ain't really got much on New England right now, man. I ain't really been watching too much film on them this season, so I don't really know how to give y'all a full evaluation, or not even evaluation, or preview, but just going based off of what y'all saying, man. If Drake May is going to be a mobile quarterback, I got faith in my guys, man. I got faith in Trey Moore to be able to come down in the box and shut all that down, man. If he's a moving around quarterback, I don't think he's going to have much success with that, man. Also, y'all said they gave up 5 turnovers. That's a recipe for disaster going into a defense that's coming off of a shutout. You know what I mean? We already hot. We got to follow up with our performance with this game, man. And I mean, we got all the momentum on our side. We just got to execute. Offensively, Bryce Young got to do something, bro. Like, I mean, Bryce got to really show the organization, the fan base, the franchise that you deserve an extension. I mean, right now it's about time for those talks. Like, is Bryce Young worthy of an extension? Right now, I don't really see a reason to extend him.
Hell no.
He hasn't really.
You can say it, Quan.
Yeah,
Hell no, he's not worthy of an
extension. So, man, I don't think so. And I'm gonna elaborate a little bit more on the show tomorrow night, man. We got a hell of a show tomorrow. We're gonna talk a little bit about Bryce. Everybody been asking me where's my stance for Bryce. I'm gonna let y'all know just my stance tomorrow night, man. Y'all pull up to Uncle Quan, the Panthers experience, man. But Bryce got to do something in this game, man. He has to stamp his name into the franchise, man, because right now you look like a very mid-average quarterback, maybe even below average at times. You're very inconsistent. Show something, man. Like, lead the offense. Let the offense rally around you, man. And like Doug said earlier, a lot of points was left on the board last week because there was miscues with Bryce Young, man. So I feel like going into this game, I feel like our defense is going to be straight. We got to set the tone with our defense, but our offense got to be able to put points on the board to make sure that we are striking fear into our opponent. You know what I mean? We have to be able to play complementary football.
Yo, Howard, hold on real quick, Howard. We're not. You just heard Quan. You heard me. We're saying Bryce got to be accountable. He has to do it. Nobody's blaming that sale. So you need to go back. Nobody on here blaming that sale at all tonight.
And there's all in those kind of situations, blame can go all around. Like you could say that Dave Canales hasn't done a good job at getting XL open.
And that's the reason why I say coaching. You heard
Right,
me say
exactly, 1,000%.
So,
But nobody's just strictly blaming one person. It's all hands on deck. But that doesn't mean that XL still ain't doing shit with the opportunities that he's getting. And we're a year and 3 games in at this point, and XL moves the needle none for this offense at all.
Right.
So, you know.
But hey, that's our recap of week 3. Definitely appreciate FPFO joining JJ and Terrence for the pure dominance in the bank. 30 zip, belt the ass, BTA. It was great, man. It was great being home, great for the environment. Even the people that I ran into, like I said, I just enjoyed it. I possibly won't be back again, but I'm gonna try to squeeze one in. I told Quan the game, so y'all just stay tuned. But JJ and Terrence, what you got for the people? Go ahead and tell the people your final words and what you got for them.
Cool.
Oh, I guess I'll go. Yeah. I mean, as far as the season goes, I have us going 7-10 on that round. But I mean, we have a lot of winnable ball games going forward. So I think that in order to be on that trajectory, we have to win this week. You have to beat the Jets as well. You have to beat Miami, but I mean, we have a lot of winnable ball games, so I'm excited to see what this team can do. To me, this season was always about improvement. A lot of young guys, young coaching staff, just really wanting to see where we can improve at. But nonetheless, appreciate you guys for having us here. It's always a pleasure, but continue to do y'all's thing as well.
Yes, sir. T. Go ahead, JJ.
Yeah, for sure, man. First and foremost, appreciate y'all having us here, like Terrence said. Like just kind of looking forward, I guess you could say. Well, first, looking back, this win Sunday, I needed it. I'm not gonna lie. For my mental health, A, and B, like just the outlook of this season, like just being totally honest, that couldn't have come at a better time because I was starting to lose faith already because the sense of urgency just wasn't there. And I didn't know what to expect moving forward. Now, my outlook is totally different. I think that you should win the next 2 or 3 ball games consecutively. And then when Dallas comes into town, just based on what Chicago did to them this past Sunday and what their secondary looks like currently, CeeDee Lamb being down, that's a very winnable game back in Charlotte as well.
Right.
So just looking at the next month, like the Panthers can gain a lot of ground, and I just don't think that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will continue to have this horseshoe stuck up their ass moving forward. Hopefully not. Maybe they will. I hope not. But nevertheless, like I said, shout out to you guys. Big challenge going up to Foxborough this week. The main objective, as always, is to go 1-0. That's all we need to do is go 1-0, one step at a time, and things will fall into place. But nah. Guys, appreciate y'all having us. And if you're watching, make sure to check in with us for Panthers fans only on YouTube, Instagram, at FPFO_podcast on Twitter. Every Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time, exclusively on YouTube, and then in the evening times on X as well. Appreciate you guys having us.
Yes, sir. All right, brother, go ahead and tell them.
Hey, man, first off, man, I appreciate y'all boys for coming over here with us, man. It's been a fun show. JJ, it was cool meeting you in person, man. That was real dope, man. Like you said,
Likewise.
we needed this win real bad, man, for our mental health. It was almost to the point I almost told Doug, you know what, Doug, bro, just go ahead and get a ticket away. But something in me was like, you know what, nah, let me not punk out, man. Let me go to this game and let me cheer my guys on, man. But glad we definitely got that dub. We need to build on this, man, and I think we will. I think we will build on it. I think we will beat the Patriots this Sunday, man. But shout out to y'all, chat. Appreciate y'all coming up here, hanging with your boys, man. It's been a fun show. Y'all been very engaging in the chat. This has been a fun show, man. Make sure y'all pull up to What's Up, Doug. Continue to cop a membership. It's only $1 right now. Y'all see the perks. I've been telling y'all all off season. Go ahead and catch it while it's $1 right now, man. Y'all see all the perks. We were literally on the field holding the American flag. We got to walk through the tunnel. We got to see the players right next to them and stuff. We got to talk a little bit of junk and stuff. You know, it literally all type of perks that you could get for just $1, man. Make sure y'all just show Doug that support, and pull up tomorrow for tomorrow's show, man. Tomorrow night we will be going live for War on Bryce Part 2, and y'all gonna be really surprised with my stance with Bryce, man. So y'all pull up on your boy, man. It's been a fun show.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate everybody that has supported with giving memberships, getting memberships, sending super stickers, super chats. Again, chat, I appreciate y'all. Like I said, my brother will be live tomorrow. We don't know about Thursday. Even if we are live Thursday, it'll be a quick show. It won't be an hour-and-a-half show because, like I said, Quan got responsibilities. I got responsibilities. We've been kicking it hard this week. So again, I appreciate JJ. I appreciate Terrence joining. You guys are family, like I tell you guys behind the scenes. JJ, Terrence, if y'all ever need anything, y'all already know where to find me at. But chat, keep pounding, stay safe. Until next time, let's get it.
You already know what time it is. Hey, let's go. What up, Doug? It's your anthem, homie. Let's do it. What up, Doug? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. This say go. What up, Doug? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's go. 7 points on the board. Touchdown. You can never ignore. Let's go. When we into the end zone, take a look at the score. Bryce Young out here throwing dots. O-line out here holding blocks. We too real, no Photoshop. Just a few things that Doug talk about. What up, Doug? When they see it in public, they showing them love. Uncle Quan, what's up? Panther Nation, it is time to go up. Really in the field capturing, acknowledging players who talented. Doug is bringing the analysis. The defensive beats when they tackle it. The front 7 rush got them panicking. The pressure's too much, they can't handle it. You coming to Bank of America Stadium, this is where it get challenging. You hear this song, it's time to tune in and turn it up. You gotta turn it up. If you listen and say it what time with me is, we all repeat and we scream. What up, Doug? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. This say go. What up, Doug? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's go. Shout out to my man, what's up, Doug? Make sure y'all tune in and tap into his journey and everything that he's doing. Carolina forever, Panther Nation. It's go time, let's go. What up, Doug? Bow, bow. What up, Doug? Bow, bow. Let go.